Well, we got trailers to deal with. This one for Inside Out 2. Couple of things I am going to mention before I give my reaction to this, just to set expectations, because I know there are some people in the audience who get very annoyed when I seem, to them, needlessly negative. I am not excited by the notion of Disney or Pixar animated sequels, especially not most of the lineup that's coming out, even when they are sequels to movies that I really, really enjoyed. I don't have a lot of excitement for Zootopia 2, Moana 2, Inside Out 2, Toy Story 5, etc. And I'll also caveat that in general, Pixar trailers rarely do it for me, even when I end up liking the movie later. That's happened a few times. Like the Luca trailer didn't do much for me. I like that movie a fair bit. The Toy Story 4 trailer I thought looked awful. I actually love that movie. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I like Toy Story 4 more than 3. Yeah. But overall, they honestly, a lot of their good movies are difficult to sell in a trailer. But I mean, they don't have to sell the concept in this. They just got to sell what it is they're doing. But I'm telling you up front, it's not something that I'm excited for. So why am I watching this trailer? Well, other than the obvious income and and clicks that I need, I do always hope to be wrong about these things, especially when it's something I think I'll probably end up seeing eventually. Rush out to the theater? Unlikely. I'm not sure. I think my kids outgrown this concept, so I don't think they're going to drag me to this, but I'll probably get around to it sooner or later. So, let's give it a fair shot. As fair as I can be. All right? So if you complain that I'm negative in this, I warned you. If you stuck around, that was your call. All right.
This is Joy, coming to you live in Riley's mind. Make some noise! Sadness is in the house! It's anger!
Let me at him! We gotta get our mouth guard, people!
Fear! No, that's not ours! Disgust! Glad to have her on our team.
All right, reestablishing.
Growing up so fast.
Fair.
Ow. Sorry.
It should be nothing but smooth sailing from...
Hello? I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
A new emotion.
Sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
Oh, who else we got?
I'm Envy. Look at your hair. Oh, yeah, not happening.
That's on we.
On what?
It's what you would call the boredom.
What's your name, big fella?
That's embarrassment.
Welcome to headquarters, embarrassment. Oh, we're doing a fit. No. Oh, nope. Going high. Oh, you got a real sweaty palm there, buddy.
Seems odd that all these are coming at once.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
You want to sit with us?
These girls are so cool. We can't let her know we're excited.
I got this.
Joy, I'm just curious. Maybe, I could
Thank you.
help?
Not now.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not gonna haunt us for the rest of our lives at all.
Oh, cringe. Ow.
I know change is scary,
Let's do this. Hey, Riley.
but we need new friends or we'll be totally alone in high school. Out with the old, in with the new. Riley's life requires more sophisticated emotions than all of you.
You can't bottle us up.
We are suppressed emotions!
Okay.
Let Operation
What?
New Riley begin.
You aren't packed yet?
I'm the worst.
Ow.
Well, that's a preview of the next 10 years.
Come on. Riley means us. Have I ever steered you wrong before?
Many times.
Yes, you have. Let's not forget, Joy was basically the villain of the first movie.
Sarcasm!
Sarcasm. Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys. Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys.
Wow, those guys are jerks.
Wow, those guys are jerks.
You know what? That wasn't too bad. As a trailer, I actually think I'm probably a little bit less interested than I was, and I already wasn't super interested, just because of the level of cringe that is already in this. And again, if you're not familiar with my earlier work, cringe is real difficult for me to deal with. It just, I have a deep dislike of cringe. just as a thing. I'm not going to say it has no place. I'm not going to say there aren't stories that benefit from it. There are some things that I even like the episode Nosedive from Black Mirror. It's a great episode, and there's an incredibly cringy part of that, which needs to be there for the episode to work, but it doesn't make it any easier for me to watch. So I just react so viscerally to cringe content, whether it is meant to be funny or dramatic. I just don't like it. That having been said, while part of me is questioning why are all these emotions showing up at once? Like, envy feels like she should have been around prior to this. Like, small children feel envy. They do. Anxiety, ennui, embarrassment. Yeah, those rolling in a bit more, at least towards, the later middle school, high school, puberty age. That makes a bit more sense to me. I mean, having them all roll in at once, bit of a narrative contrivance. But what it seems like they're doing, because I remember hearing an interview with one of the people who created this. I don't remember if it was a director or a writer, but one of the people who was involved behind the scenes making this said that, they looked into what are the core emotions, and there were more than the first movie did. They whittled it down to the 5 that they were working with for the sake of the story. But to actually expand out and deal with some more layered, admittedly more complicated, and adult's the wrong word, but more mature emotions. Not necessarily better emotions, but ones that are built more on the back of experiences that you had in your youth, and you develop things like a sense of ennui, anxiety, embarrassment is something young kids can feel, but that's generally something that's going to get worse as you get older. So bringing in the more complex emotions that the first one just didn't do, that's actually a pretty decent angle as far as expanding the concept goes. I'm still not sure it's for me, but the trailer actually does a pretty good job of selling what it's doing. And just with my knowledge of some of the behind the scenes, this actually at this point feels less like a cash grab than honestly most of the others look at this point, because they literally did not do all the emotions they could have done with the first one. There are more places to go. This feels like there's more validity in this than I was expecting, which is nice. As I said, it doesn't excite me to see it anymore, largely because of the cringe, but like, I'm not mad at this now. Like, Moana 2, Toy Story 5 especially, like, these things kind of annoy me. The idea that we're even doing this. But, and like the general notion of Inside Out 2, I was like, do we need this? There is things worth exploring. There are ideas worth going into. This, at least as far as selling the concept that there's a reason for this existing beyond just the idea of let's make more money off a successful movie. Yeah, they've sold the concept to me at least. And that's more than I usually get out of trailers for things I'm skeptical about, especially Pixar. Because like I said, most of their trailers don't do a lot for me. That one did its job real well in terms of selling what it is. Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise, actually. And I had all that buildup setting people up to be like, I'm probably going to be mean to this. Like, oh no, actually, that was good. Now I kind of hope people who would have been annoyed at me being frustrated about it did stick around and have the same pleasant surprise experience. I don't know. What did you think of this? Whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Patreon pays the bills and enables me to do this as my living, even if you can't help me out that way. Like, share, subscribe. Those also help because the clicks here, those are little drips that help me as well. But don't worry too much about it. We take a relaxed attitude around here, so you can just come on back next time you need a break. Time for me to thank my highest supporting patrons: Robin Moore, Zubin Lutfula, Goddess Elida, Oliver B, Turok, The Thing That Goes Doink in the Anime, Ruth, Solitary Pictures, Ulrich Bogdan, Loki Eris, that was a new one, that's why I paused, Melinda Walters, Jen, On Decade 808, Becky Sparks, Fernabi Likes the Poodle, Robin Powell, Twisted Wishes, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Quite Bearish, Rosalind Bennett, Pau Barabajoggle, and Mara G. If you want to support me as well and help keep these little buggers fed, check out my Patreon. Thanks so much.